Oh,
It's you again.
it's you guys again. Well, here we are, getting ready to make chicken and dumpling soup. We've broken down our chicken. Check out my lovely display. These are all the ingredients we're going to need. We have white onions, sweet orange carrots, celery, and red potatoes. Chicken stock, and of course our chicken meat. Salt, because as I've said many a times, it's very, very important.
And all of this has clearly got commotion from Oliver. As you can see, he's running amok in the kitchen.
Oliver, it's almost time for you to eat.
I know, I think he's more excited too. The food, empty stomach, you know how it is.
Here we go, guys. Our first step we want to do is heat up olive oil in a pan, about 2 tablespoons. This is going to start, you can see it a little smoking. You want it to be real hot. This is exactly the point you want to do it. Turn from high to in between high and medium. And then what we're going to do is sear it skin down. Now what this is doing, it's rendering the fat on the chicken so that it's easier to tenderize when we put it in the soup.
Okay, is it also like make it more of like pull apartable?
It'll naturally just pull apart as it's cooking.
Okay, exciting.
It's so exciting.
I'm so forward.
I'm so ready. Get ready for the sound, because this is now we're gonna sizzle the fat. Here we go. Listen. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, it's hot. Gotta be careful. I got those chef hands. Don't do this at home. At home, use a pair of tongs or something so you don't hurt yourself. Get down. You can hear it cooking with the oil, the fat. You might see it like bumping up a little bit and stuff like that. That's really great. We're getting a good sear on that. That's really good.
So that's salt, huh?
That's salt, guys. Oh, we salt the chicken. I salted the other side before I seared it. Now we're salting this side. While it's in there, so when we flip it over, it's already salted. Don't gotta worry about it.
I got it, yeah.
I like to add some Italian seasoning to mine. About a tablespoon. It's a nice way to up the flavor a little bit more herb flavor.
It's a little secret that we're adding home.
Yeah, there's oregano, thyme, basil. It's a good mixture.
This is the
Parsley.
This secret is only available on the video.
Only on the video.
That's why you're watching.
That's why you're watching, guys.
More secrets and more videos to come.
Now that the chicken is ready to get flipped, so that the other side can get a good sear.
Is there a certain time you do this? Or?
What you're looking for is that. You see how it's that caramelized color?
Yeah.
Exactly what you're looking for. That's when it wants to get flipped. Now that the chicken is all seared, we're going to remove it from the pot so that we can cook our vegetables now. Leaving the pot, because we want all those scrapings, the sear scrapings that have happened in there, add more flavor to the dish.
Oh, okay, so now everything's being recycled.
Yeah, totally. So I'm using a wire rack. You can also use a plate and stuff like that. You don't have to get that fancy if you don't have one of these. You don't need to run out to Walmart and buy one real quick.
Great.
Should we take it? Put it on our wire rack. Leave the pan on, leave the heat on, because you're going to have your vegetables already done. Your mise en place is right next to you, like I have mine.
I guess you could even use a screen. Anything that was metal and that'll have separation.
Yep, and now the only difference is, now we're going to add our butter. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're adding our butter to the mixture. This is so we can thicken it a little bit easier later on down the line. Butter starts to melt. Take your tongs. Get up all those scrapings. Or a metal spoon works too. Get up all those scrapings. Let the butter like cook in the pan a little bit. You're gonna add about 2 cups of carrots. We're gonna add about 2 cups of celery. We're gonna add about 2 cups of chopped potatoes, about 2 cups of carrots, and we're going to add about 3 cups of white onions. Onions break down a little bit more than any other vegetable.
So everyone out there, that was 2, 2, and 3?
2, 2, and 3, baby.
Okay, great. Is that everything?
That's everything that we got going now, but now we're going to cook this stuff. Give it a little saute, toss up, because it looks cool. You guys can also use your trusty tongs or anything else to to just mix the mixture around so you get the butter all over all the dishes.
Okay, fabulous. How long do we let this sit in here for?
We're going to let this cook for about... We're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes because we want the onions to start sweating. Now that we've hit the point when the onions have sweated, we are going to chop up our chicken a little bit more so it fits in the pan a little bit better. You can do this beforehand too if you want, but I like to do it afterwards. It's just better. Take it.
Are we mincing it?
Nope. Leaving it whole. Get a leg, thigh, and then what we're going to do is you're going to kind of stuff them down in there.
So you're shoving everything in there.
Yep, kind of making it hug the vegetables, getting them nice and snug like, so all the flavor has nowhere to go but in there. Okay, ready? Alright, now that the chicken's in there, we're going to add a tablespoon of flour. Not to thicken the soup a lot, but just to thicken it up a little tiny bit. So that way, when we cook the dumplings in it later, it thickens it up the rest of the way and it's the correct consistency. Okay, we're going to add our tablespoon of flour. This is all-purpose flour, in case you're wondering.
Any particular brand?
I use a brand called Lily's. It's a nice enriched flour that's already been pre-sifted, so it's a little bit lighter, has a better flavor. Now we're at the point we want to add our chicken stock and get ready to cook it down for those 3 hours. This is going to break down the chicken so that it just falls right off of the bone and into your mouth.
Oh, it sounds tasty.
It's super awesome and super perfect. Okay, so what we have here is 6 cups of stock. Running over here. And we're going to add it. It should be just covering the chicken.
Oh my god.
Perfect amount, just like
magic.
that. Just like magic. And then we're going to add our herbs. I'm choosing rosemary. I like rosemary. Like I said, we already added the Italian seasoning before, so we don't need to worry about adding too many more herbs. Rosemary's strong enough and it tastes really good with chicken.
It's a local rosemary.
It's a local rosemary. Max grew himself.
That's right.
And then I like to add a Thai chili because it gives it a little bit of heat, but not enough for crazy. We dried this one out ourselves. Breaking it up, just putting it in there.
Spreading it around.
Spreading it around so that it all, the oils from the chili break in there so that it gives it a little backline heat so it's not so intense. Now that we've added the chicken stock to the soup, now is the time for it to let it cook down and break up the chicken. So what we're doing is we're going to take a lid, put it on it, put it over a medium heat, slide that back, and that's just going to cook for the next 3 hours.
Now what happens if it starts overboiling?
Oh, if it starts getting too hot and starts boiling, just reduce your heat to a little bit lower setting. You want it to be a nice simmer.
Okay, so it's not about its speed, it's about consistency.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yo, welcome back.
Yo, we gotta do this. Yo,
we gotta make dumplings. Our chicken stock is ready. Bam.
So
our chicken and dumpling soup ready. Bam.
For everyone who's just catching up, it's been a while. We've been waiting about how long, Frank?
3 hours. 3 hours.
This is a good time to do your laundry.
Literally. Time to do your laundry. I literally did my laundry.
Yes, no joke.
Okay, first thing we're gonna do is grab our metal mixing bowl. We're going to add a ½ cup of all-purpose flour right into there. A tablespoon of baking powder right into there. A hefty pinch of salt. And about 1 teaspoon of black pepper.
Is that a new one or is that the broken one from 6 videos ago?
A broken one I fixed from 6 videos ago.
Oh, okay, everyone, so that's not how yours should react.
No, it's working now. I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Just looks like it's slow.
That's one of those crackers that's breaking them off. I like the fresh as possible, please. Next thing we're going to grab, we have our spatula. Bring it over here so you guys can see a little better in the light. We're going to take our mixture. We're going to slowly add chicken stock to it. A little bit at a time. And we're going to stir it up. We're looking for it to make a dough. Looks like we might need to add just a little bit more flour. That's okay though, this happens.
That's part of the art of
I
cooking.
find that when you're making dumplings like this, you can find the perfect consistency, especially if you under flour and then perfectly floured.
You can always add more, but it's
it
harder to remove.
changes with flours too, I've noticed. Some people use bread flour. So we're going to add probably another 1/4 cup of flour. We'll start with a tablespoon and go from there. Here we go. Pray for us guys here over at Heavily Eating. Always praying that the recipe goes right. Now our dough is made. Check it out. It's like a really good consistency right now. It's like almost like pizza dough, but still a little bit wetter. That's all.
That's kind of weird.
What we're going to do is we're going to take a scoop with 1 spoon.
What do you mean by like pizza dough but wetter?
Well, pizza dough is like toss it in flour and then you can handle it. This, if you toss it in flour, you probably couldn't handle it as well.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't have any like firmness to it.
Yep.
Okay.
So the best thing to do also so that the dough doesn't really stick to your spoons is I dip them in a little water, or I have leftover chicken stock, so I'm using that. That would be delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a scoop of it, about yay big. Then you take your spoon and you kind of make a little football. So a French technique. And then we get to here, and then we're slowly sliding into the water. And just repeat that process till all the dough is gone, but don't overcrowd your pot. Make sure you only put like 2, 3, maybe 4 in there. This one looks like it can take 4. And when they're done, they'll probably float to the top. You should rotate them up a little bit. It's boiling now. We should turn our flame down.
So I see it floating. Is this too
it's
early?
cooking. No, it's cooking. The baking powder is reacting in the dough, and it's expanding.
Okay, so how long is this going to take in this state?
Oh, probably 2.5 minutes.
Okay, so it's kind of like the Oreos, where I should do one at a time. Really?
Yeah.
Because I have a small pot.
If you had a scoop or a bigger pot, you could just do it with a bigger pot. But
okay.
The more you can do it, then the more that you'll know, like, oh, all of these will be done at this time, you know?
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah.
We're ready, guys. So we got our dumplings. They're all done. It's great. We're going to take them and put them around the bowl. I like to build, like, a little, like, boundaries for them.
Like a fort?
Yeah, like a fort.
And, oh, do you go high and try to like kind of pyramid
that's the chef move, man. We go high.
Okay.
It's a little chef move. We get up there. And then what we're going to do is bring over some of this chicken. Grab some of it.
We debated where to plate this, but since it was hot, we figured to keep it on the stove. It's just easier in case there's a spill too. There's nothing really special to plate this plate. It's kind of just stacking vegetables and
Taking him and put him in like a nice place. In the restaurant, we try to like stay in one vicinity. Sometimes the plates are spread out, but for the most part, we keep them balanced in color and in design. And people are always coming up with new things to do, so it helps progress the food.
Awesome.